Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Carter Jones. We back with another video. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. You want to know when I'm dropping some more heat. This
In a culture obsessed
is what we already know, right? How rap jewelers became hip hop's biggest scammers. Like I said, I be knowing when something look real or not, man. I'm telling you. Some of that jewelry be looking. I haven't watched the video yet. I'm pretty much sure that's what they saying. Some of that junk be fake. We gonna see though.
with showing off wealth, most notably those that sparkle in the light. After the thick gold chain of the 80s, diamonds became the most sought after item in a rapper's inventory, becoming the iced out measuring stick for who's really on top and whose sales aren't equating to shopping sprees at high-end boutiques. Beyond that, it was weaponized as well, with rappers using it to stunt on their enemies and diminish the weight of their pockets on sight. But that's nowhere near the problematic aspect of it, because while it seems like those diamonds propel these artists above everyone else and vividly portray how far they've come, it can also be a trap too. And over the years, it's become such a commonplace that these rappers are getting dispossessed of their cash they've worked so hard for, without ever receiving the goods that they thought they were. Meanwhile, those who are selling them are making a killing. It's your boy Waste, and this is why jewelry is the biggest scam in rap. How does something that's supposed to be a fashion item end up ruining careers, and in some cases, even cost someone their life? Over the years,
I was about to say, right? Let's just say you on top of the world. You're doing songs, you're doing your videos, you're making all this bread, you're spending it, not investing, not doing what you're supposed to do. However, you're buying jewelry. Something that you can resell later, right? Or you don't spend millions, 10, 20, 30 million jewelry. Now you done up, you ain't making no more hits. However, you like, now you smarting it up though. You like, all right, this rap game over for me. However, you probably went to a business class. You're like, man, I can invest if I had this much money. Shit, I done spent 30 million on this jewelry right here. I can, I mean, my family be straight forever though. As long as I invest through this business I want to do. You go to sell the jewelry, it's all fugazi. That'll make a person, one of these people said, do some crazy stuff.
the appetite for flexing your new high-end diamond watch or chain has only grown in hip-hop. Even though there have been countless times where these so-called top jewelers have been caught scamming rappers, they're still cashing in, chain after chain. Despite the fact that this should cause a reluctance to get burned by them, rappers are still dropping crazy amounts of money on pieces that they pretty much have to take the jeweler's word on when it comes to quality. All the while, wearing fake goods is still a serious enough accusation that even legends of the game who've got nothing to prove can get real bent out of shape over it. Just look at the venom with which Busta Rhymes responded when a fan questioned the validity of his chain on IG, saying that it's such a shame that low self-esteem people like you don't believe that beautiful and very precious gems like these can be truly acquired. Maybe it's not part of your ancestral history. Please let me inspire you, or stay the f out of my comments with your low ambition bubblegum ass. Unfortunately, no one is immune to this. When you're part of the culture or trying to break into it, it's only natural to be influenced by its standards. The problem is that a lot of these artists aren't getting what they're...
And they don't want to hear it. Forbid you tell them that that jewelry fake, boy. And I don't know why they don't do something like that. That's like going to mechanics, bro. Car mechanics, and you don't know nothing about it. You don't know nothing about jewelry, so it's hard for you to question the validity of everything. Why don't you find somebody? Go take some classes or something before you go and start investing. Because that's basically what you're doing, investing your money into that stuff you're buying. You do some classes. Find somebody that really know it. I mean, friends with these people that could come with you. Like, you know, some people take their own mechanic to car auctions and stuff like that. Somebody that they know gonna tell them the truth. Feel me? You paying for their time there, like.
really paying for, whether it's respect, real quality, or just getting finessed by someone who knows they've got more money than common sense. When it comes to those who have been making a killing from hip-hop stars and capitalized on its obsession with jewels, The modern dynamic of men selling them, essentially becoming celebrities in themselves, begins with Jacob & Co. Among the most legendary jewelers of them all, Jacob Arabo has been name-dropped in countless songs and even made a cameo appearance in Drake's music video for When to Say When and Chicago Freestyle. Prior to that, he was even featured as a playable character in the definitive hip-hop game Def Jam Fight for New York. With that kind of reputation, it's no surprise that rappers flock to buy his signature timepieces or have custom chains made at his New York boutique. And once hip-hop's leading lights decided his items were sought after, you can bet that the profits were insane.
Was there a single purchase where you're like, I can't believe I just spent that much money on that?
You know who got the most money that I wish I could get back? Jacob. Jacob the jeweler, man. I spent over almost $1 million with Jacob over the years.
$1 million in jewelry?
Yeah, just for homies chains, all the Black Wall Street chains, my chains, watches. Them Jacob watches, them shits was crazy though, man. Them shits was like unique. They come out with different colorways every other fucking day, so it's like, damn, I need the green one to wet, and it'll match my shorts.
Jacob, a man who actually served time for laundering money for BMF, the Black Mafia family, which is a notorious drug empire that started in Detroit in the 80s, is now known as the guy who set the blueprint for scamming artists with sky-high prices and low-quality jewelry.
So I decided to go look at the comment section, and someone is typing exactly what I was thinking. Jacob keeps finessing all these rappers. He is the real gangster. he feels over these rappers, it's hilarious. And not just for like a couple of years, but since the 80s or 90s or something.
Since the 80s, bro. It's crazy. I remember I was young. I remember everybody, Jacob, Julie. I am the beauty. And you broke the beam. You ain't got no Jacob the Julie. Mule. Well, you broke if you got a Jacob the Jeweler, my boy.
And while he's been accused of charging way too much, rappers like Benzino say the problem runs deeper.
Oh,
that Jacob
man.
never showed any real loyalty to the very artists who are filling up his pockets.
Jacob act like he didn't know me. I probably gave Jacob $2 million. I bought the whole store staff real, not the shit that these just wearing fake jewelry like a 60%, 75% that you're seeing is wearing fake jewelry. Shout to is wearing real jewelry. But Jacob the jeweler, Scott was sitting there talking. I'm sitting, I came over to Scott's house. I'm f***ed up at the time. Yeah, after the store split, I was f***ed up. After I got indicted and all that, I was fine to sell all my shit because I got indicted. But after that happened, you know what I'm saying, Scott Storch didn't act like Jacob out, he didn't know me. I spent almost $1.5 million with Jacob.
In Benzino's opinion, many of the pieces we're seeing today are reportedly fraudulent. And while he's not always right, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that on this occasion, the former editor of The Source and longtime enemy of Slim Shady was definitely onto something. As diamonds got bigger and more audacious, rappers began to lose sight of what they were really looking for. And they're so unaware, they end up flexing fake pieces only for it to backfire in the worst way.
I don't know what I understand.
Oh, okay. Forget on the thumb, bro. Where'd you get your jewelry from, dog?
The main issue comes down to things like CVD diamonds and moissanite. And while moissanite isn't even a synthetic diamond, it can still fool testers because of its electroconductivity.
They go by the heat.
In New City. No middleman, no commission. 20,000 carats starting at $1.
This is a natural diamond, and this is a lab-grown diamond produced in China. They look exactly the same, but the price difference is 30 times. Our customer is coming to China next week to visit factory. He got online their lab-grown diamonds in China are very cheap, and he wants us to help find a store. He will buy such a large diamond as a gift for his wife. All of China's lab-grown diamonds come from one city, Zhecheng in Henan. They've been researching lab-grown diamonds there for over 10 years. Lab-grown diamonds have the same
Check old boy with the blue, whatever the fuck this is called, bathrobe on. That nigga looking at his jewelry like, what? This nigga, China got their own lab, yo, where they growing diamonds, bro. Like, and you just know where it was coming from, right? They probably, ain't no problem, they are making off us over here, bro. Everything, bro. Damn, bro. As soon as the sun come out, they gotta everybody, whoever doing it, So when something come out, they gotta bootleg it, bro.
And the physical properties as natural diamonds, and even countless giant certificates. So the only real difference between natural and the lab-grown diamonds is whether you want to tell your wife how much you paid.
As for CVD diamonds, short for chemical vapor deposition, they're lab-made, which means that flashy price that rappers drop supercar money on loses value really fast. And according to Jimmy Boy, a Vietnamese American celebrity jeweler out of Houston, known in the game as the street's jeweler, the problem runs even deeper than most people think.
So the reason why the Moissanite, and I'm gonna be real with you, 90% of the people that say they got Moissanite, it's not even Moissanite, bro. It's cubic zirconia, but a better quality of cubic zirconia. You know, just like replica stuff you buy, there's different grades of it. So with the cubic zirconia, there's different grades. So Moissanite actually is like the first lab-created, they used to call it man-made diamond, because it was half made by man and half actually made, you know, in the earth, like in the ground.
Most people might assume that it's just a few rappers getting scammed by shady jewelers, but in his eyes, it's a full-blown epidemic.
What's the percentage of how many rappers are wearing real shit to fake shit?
I can guarantee you, if not 95% or 100% of all the celebrities or rappers has one fake, like has one piece that ain't real. I'll put it that way.
Damn.
100%.
95 to 100%.
This
At
isn't
least-
from a jeweler's perspective either. These days,
Right, at least he said 95 to 100% of every rapper got at least one fake piece, yeah. When it's a way to do everything, bro.
rappers have claimed that these businesses are basically exploiting ignorance. Bandman Kevo, who prides himself on rocking high-grade VVS diamonds, says that a lot of rappers are blowing big money on moissanite, not realizing they're getting duped.
Bro, you partying at 95, 100% too.
A lot of these, what you see that's got jury, it be Moissanites. What you gotta do is, like, when you see rappers with jury, like a whole lot of jury, you gotta look at the quality, the clarity. You gotta know, first of all, if you see a rapper with jury, right, they have to tag their jewelers. If you a rapper and you got jury, watch it off the label, you have to tag their jewelry. Because most likely, the watch might not be A1, the bracelet, the chains, all that might not be A1. It might be Moissanites. Now, what people are doing with the Moissanites is diamonds that can pass it. So if you ever see a rapper putting a diamond tester up saying shit a lot, it's fake probably. So what are you doing that for? I ain't gonna put no diamond tester up to my shit. You know it's busting those that last fam. And I got my appraisal and all that shit. So it gotta make sense. Like
That's another thing. I'm glad he said that. Swear, man. I'm glad he said that. Then another thing, and I knew that too. Glad he said that. Glad he brought it up. That's another thing. Y'all getting this jewelry, right? First of all, the first thing you do with any real jewelry, I don't care if it's your wife's wedding ring, bro, or your pair of little earrings, bro, you get an appraiser. Well, it was after you, or before you buy the stuff. I mean, you really got to do it after, I think, obviously. However, even if you do it after, bro, that just come out not be real, you can go sue or get your bread instead of you just walking around flossing fake shit. So I'm happy my skin the way it is. It won't even allow me to wear that shit. My shit start itching and bumping up so fast.
The end result of this shady game is that jewelers start targeting people with money to burn and no real knowledge of what they're actually buying. And one of the biggest alleged victims has to be none other than Soulja Boy, who a fake watch dealer named Rashid the Jeweler once claimed was one of his regulars.
I've had a couple customers that I really don't want to name for because, you know, you can mess my bread.
So you telling me that this knockoff right here is $1 million business?
Yeah. Yeah, this is more than that. I mean, I will say this. I will say this clearly out in the open. My biggest customer right here was Soulja Boy. He bought the presidential with the black beard, the white beard. He got the Jack Master in question. I got the bunch down.
Over the course of his career, Soulja has been dogged by these rumors, with his elaborate collection often coming under scrutiny.
That shit making a lot of noise, man. That shit hollow as fuck.
Yo, you just never had a lot of chains on top of each other. Any rapper in the game that wear their chains on top of each other, they gonna do like that. I'm sorry, no matter who it is.
That's not real to you and me?
They gonna do that. Anybody gonna do that.
That shit do sound like plates clanking
Yeah,
together.
plenty of times, but right now this is real though. Others who've either gotten scammed or tried to fake the lifestyle by buying cheap jewelry include CMG's Big Boogie, whose numbers just didn't add up once people started doing the math.
How much?
100.
Grand? Wow. I don't know which one, how much is this drink?
It's 120,000. It's just the trunk by itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 100 by itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about the rings? We see you, what about the rings?
It's like CMG ring like 80,000 by itself.
Okay.
My big dude ring 70,000.
Okay.
My pinky ring right here 15,000.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you gotta sponsor me.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
What you doing?
Immediately, people were not buying it.
Yeah.
Once he made the mistake of showing off his jewelry box, it was game over. When it came to light, it wasn't CBD, but cubic zirconias in his chain.
Now he on the internet showing his jewelry and all the fans zoomed in on the tag because he has his hand on the jewelry. But just came in from China. He left it on there. And it say CZ on the
Never.
I mean it.
Never did that man leave the tags up there, bro. Never, bro. This is never, yo. This is unbelievable, yo.
Cupid, sarcoma.
This is a treasure chest. You know the stuff that you're going to look for years and never find? This right here is a
Lying to people about you paying top dollar for some goddamn.
How could you even feel good about that, though? Like, you really stormed. First of all, you bought a real jewelry case to hold fake jewelry. Good Lord, have mercy. Have mercy. You bought a real jewelry case to store fake jewelry. It's insane, my way.
CZ, these CZs you got ain't even lab made or handmade. These ain't even moissanite. These are the stones that the women go to the nail place and tell the Chinese people, put these goddamn CZ on my goddamn nail. He wearing nail diamonds, y'all.
While nothing's wrong with buying fake jewelry in order to prioritize more sensible financial planning, the problem comes when you attempt to portray an image that doesn't match up to your reality. Because if there's something hip-hop hates, it's inauthenticity, whether that's stones or otherwise. Now, there's every possibility this was an honest mistake too, with Big Boogie sadly being sold down alive and he didn't know what he was looking at. And here, we have the stance of someone like Lil Durk, who claimed that in 2022, that the mockery is misplaced when they're being willfully duped by con men. Don't blame the rapper or athletes no more. Blame the jewelers for selling them that bogus shit. Where Jacob the jeweler set the precedent for these high-end stores to harness the hip-hop market, he's far from the only one who's done so. And much like the chains
Know where they going next.
accusations that they're scamming are also hardwired into the culture. Among those who found themselves embedded into the rap world is Texas's Johnny Dang.
I knew they was
And
going to
utilizing
him.
Tracks like that Mexican
There ain't really too many super big
and with all
jewelers.
the photos of him posted up next to top MCs, he's rubbed shoulders with so many big names that he's basically a celebrity himself at this point. But there are several controversies surrounding his business that have cast a shadow. For starters, there have been many claims that he prioritized high-profile clients even after you paid for his services. Because of that, up-and-coming rappers like Money Gang Slugga, who have poured their savings into
Money Gang Slugga
ended up getting pushed to the back of the line.
We had ordered this piece from Johnny Dang, and I don't know what was going on. This is like the time the baby and them was going crazy, going to get shit from him. So I don't know if it was focused on doing rapper shit only, like big time celebrities. But it took us probably like 90 days to get these pieces done. So in the midst of me waiting, I'm like, man, I done spent $10,000 already. I ain't even got no chain. I've been waiting. That's when I went and got dates.
This is a symptom of Johnny's success. Johnny Dang's at the point where 10K is nothing for him to rush to, when he's got Migos and Lil Baby spending 100K and up. But that's not the only problem that's plagued him. as while his status as one of the elite should mean that he only uses the best of the best. A former employee accused him of using CVD diamonds as opposed to the coveted VVS in many of the pieces he sculpted for rappers.
That boy be putting that CBD shit in y'all shit. And I've had several clients who come in and they're like,
I remember him.
Why my shit get tested CBD? Well, I don't fucking know shit. Y'all gotta ask Johnny, bro. That's Johnny's production.
Aside from that, the Vietnam-born jeweler is one of the many men who are accused of making bank from the black community without having any concern for its welfare or doing any community outreach.
Man, when I look at Johnny Dang, he's the biggest culture vulture in hip-hop right now. The jewelry these is paying, they get overpriced. If you think an Asian boy gonna give you a boy deal, you crazy. Come on, y'all think the Asian ain't no buzz on me? If y'all think that
Let
Asian
me tell you something, boy. Charleston White, one thing he ain't gonna do is bite his tongue, you hear me? And he gonna keep it a band with you. If ain't nobody else gonna give you a stack, Charleston White gonna give you one, you hear me?
So what I'm saying is, out of all the money that the black rapper spent with what was the third boy name?
Jacob
the Jew, out of New York. Man, out of all the black, all the money you done had, y'all done spent billions of dollars with these jewelry. According to y'all, $100,000, got five. Y'all done spent billions with these. Y'all couldn't find no nigga. We ain't never seen Johnny Dang put nobody on.
Oh, word.
We ain't never seen Johnny Dang take what he get from our hip-hop culture.
Alongside scandals like this, we have other individuals whose problems stem from claims that their jewels are simply not what they're claiming that they are. Here, we have someone like Elliot Eliante, a high-end merchant who had an illustrious run of making chains and special items for some of the biggest stars in the game, but not everyone thinks he's on the level. Back in 2020, Houston's eternally icy Sauce Walker claimed that Eliante is known for passing off CVD lab-grown diamonds as the real thing.
Oh no, you did not jump in my diamond business. Every other thing, how to be diamond scamming artist. That's why James New York, and Jax New York, and the rest of them dudes be on your carbon vaccinated CBD diamond setting name. First of all, let's just make this clear. See, I take off my Quavo and me, I got a relationship with you, like my brother. Have you been on my deal, on my dick, spit on my jury style for 4 years, and I say, don't you play this game. There is not no entertainment you made for my obvious takeoff. What is it? Infinity League chain wrapped around somebody's dress. You want to know why I picked up? You want to know the back of them? Body grabbers, they got a dream maker, they didn't buy it because your diamonds are fake. As soon as they go to another jewel, they put it in that machine, that X-ray machine, they show you these are CBD diamonds.
And while he's never responded, it's notable that even after Sauce's rant went viral, he never sued him for slandering his business. This is where Gabriel Jacobs and Raffaello and Co. had a major problem after one of his biggest clients stepped out in something flagrantly fake. A few years back, Lil Baby was sitting at the Met Gala with a watch that he described as not the regular, specifically a Patek Philippe Nautilus 4th anniversary. If it was real, this would be a very sought-after timepiece. But soon, the infamous fake watch buster revealed it was anything but, featuring an array of errors. For one, it was the wrong shape and size of hands, and it also had a different date on its font. Lil Baby found out quick and was not having it. He hopped on Instagram and basically snapped, calling out Raffaello for trying to play him. In the now deleted post, he made it very clear that you should never hand him a fake, especially when real money is involved. Trying to clean things up, Raffaello and Co. issued a full apology. They said they didn't properly inspect the piece before selling it. They took full responsibility, refunded him, and even threw him some free rings to make up for the embarrassment. But by then, the damage was already done. It was a loud reminder that even at the highest levels, artists are getting sold fakes. And the only reason it came to light was because Lil Baby posted it. If he hadn't, he might have walked around rocking a $40 knockoff, thinking it was worth $500,000. As it should have been, this was a learning experience for the My-Turn rapper, with Baby now taking
and you know he got the cheese.
Authenticity.
You had bought some jewelry around that. You found out it wasn't authentic. How do you feel confident now going in and buying jewelry, man? No, so that because I haven't bought no watch from no jewelry. I've just been buying battery watches. That's it? Straight from the deal, huh? You know what, I'm not even asking.
Shockingly, it wasn't necessarily the high-speed incident that they masqueraded as. According to DJ Vlad, he had the same situation with Gabriel and Co.
I actually had a bad experience with the same company. And I have people that were involved in this that could vouch for this particular situation.
Okay.
I had actually traded in a rose gold Hublot King Power watch.
Sounds like rose gold.
Rose gold, you know. So we did a deal where I gave him that watch. He gave me a Rolex Presidential 2 in yellow gold. When I went to go get it appraised and looked at, you know, for my insurance and so forth.
Told you. All you gotta do is get it appraised to get that insurance.
One of the links on the back of it was rose gold instead of yellow gold. And then we come to find out that the actual, you know, glass on the watch wasn't even Rolex glass. So I had to spend a few $1,000s to get this watch back into its original shape. It's not like I was informed that this watch is this Frankenstein watch. How many of these watches have these guys sold to people that didn't catch it, like me or Lil Baby? Lil Baby wouldn't have caught it if he didn't Instagram it. He'd be sitting there with his $40 watch thinking it's worth $500,000.
Bro, I love Cardi,
And
man.
while things like this occurring is naturally a root cause for alarm, it's not as bad as some of the unsavory business tactics that some places have been accused of. A staple of the rise of ATL hip-hop, Icebox has been a favorite of individuals such as Lil Baby, T-Pain, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, Migos, Meek Mill, and others. In the process, this family business has become obscenely lucrative, but it has...
And I promise you niggas, they like the laughing stock. They laughing at y'all at the same time. I promise you they laughing at y'all at the same time, yo. Hey, they laughing at you at the same time, man, but then come with a little fake apology. They get caught. Oh, yeah, we didn't expect to watch. Here's a couple few rings, man. When they straight cap.
Without controversy. Prior to his stint in prison, Icebox sued Young Thug after claiming that the rapper was yet to pay off a $115,000 debt. But Thugger didn't stay quiet. He clapped back hard, saying the lawsuit was bogus and claiming Icebox actually tried to extort him. According to his legal team, the store kept offering him expensive jewelry without asking him for payment up front, making it seem like they were cool with flexible terms. But later, they suddenly hit him with strict payment demands and deadlines, flipping the whole vibe and sparking the lawsuit. When you're acting like that, it makes it seem like this apparently loving relationship that these jewelers have with hip-hop stars and its culture is built on a bedrock of lies. And when you delve into one of the things that they
ain't do nothing but this, what a hustler do. At this point, you don't want a cop right now, but they ain't gonna do nothing but just feed you. They making you buy it. You don't even know they making you buy it, cause nigga, you ain't getting this pack for free, but you ain't even comping. Feel me? So I'm gonna involve you in it without you knowing you're involved. Let me take this 300 pack. Here's 200. Here's 300. Wait, yo, where that bread at, bro? Like, the bread. Like, yeah, the bread. You thought that was, come on, bro, don't play with me. And you can't play. They gonna take you to court. You feel me? Like, they gonna take you to court, and that's what I'm saying. But you gotta know when you even getting finesse. Like, y'all, a lot of y'all say y'all from that. Like, how you not know when you getting, somebody running you like you green or something? Like, come on, bro.
That becomes even clearer. If you're a listener of contemporary hip-hop, you've likely heard the phrase bust down a million times. But in case you're not familiar with what it actually entails, let me break it down for you. Basically, it's a luxury timepiece which has been taken apart, drilled, and filled with diamonds. And it's become such a staple in hip-hop to the point it was enlisted as part of a beef between and Mace way back in the day. And from the outset, they've always been controversial, with Jay spitting, "Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the f*** you done to that?"
Jacob did a watch for Big where it had diamonds in the middle. And I told Jacob, I was like, yo, Jacob, I want to do diamonds on the whole watch. Once I got the Rolex, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Now, when he said those are Rolex diamonds, it was still real diamonds. It just wasn't factory, like everybody wear today.
But as much as they're a staple of the culture, there are plenty of reasons why investing in one is a terrible idea for an artist. In one of the numerous videos on the subject, watch expert Nico Leonard revealed how the alterations these company makes diminish value. He broke down how these customizations actually kill the value of the watch, using Trax NYC's Patex, the one they sold to Cardi, as the perfect example.
That watch is a Patek Philippe 5070 leather that you just walk.
Oh yeah, and they say that too. Like once you, like, you know how some people might get a plain Jane, which, you know, when they not altering nothing on the watch, They just getting a regular. And somebody else will be like, man, yeah, you got that? That's the regular. Jump out that mine, bust down. Yeah, but if we ever go back to the jeweler and want the sell hours, guess what, my guy? My plain Jane is gonna be worth more than your bust down, collect my keeps. Like, y'all crazy. Y'all altering stuff. It's not in its original. It's not in its original. When a lot of people buying stuff, anything, basketball cards, comic books, any of that stuff, the money when some of the money be worth more than what it is because it's when it's being printed, it's a, what's the name on it? Mistake on it. When any of this stuff don't have when it's in the original box. These toys that when it's in the original box, it's not. When it's original, it costs more, bro. No way.
Maximum $60,000. The diamonds on this watch have been added by a jeweler. These were diamonds that weren't good enough to fit into jewelry. This is not factory set. If it was factory set, this watch would have been worth at least $1 million. But if you want to be a baller, buy factory.
Despite the increased awareness of its issues, rappers still remain infatuated with icing out their watches. And it's the quickest come up there is in the eyes of Pevo, with jewelers exploiting ignorance to cover their own overhead.
The jewelry game is finessed out all the way. Even with these watches, bro. A lot of the times you see a lot of jewelry. The jewelers are finding out how to make aftermarket watches and put a lot of diamonds in them and stuff like that to be able to make more profit. You gotta realize they gotta pay them high-ass bills in them jewelry stores that they stay at. And they gotta pay them rent and they cargos and all the rest of that stuff. So they trying to finesse you as much as they can. That's why I told myself like, man, with the designer and you know what I mean, with jewelry and all that.
Meanwhile, the difficulty in authenticating what comes from outside the factory led to Akon accidentally finessing French Montana.
He had to give me a U-blow, so it wasn't iced out. And you know, like I like shit with like with diamonds on it. So I just took it to my jeweler. I was like, yo, can you switch this for me? Akon gave it to me for my birthday. He looked at me and was like, what you mean? Akon did not give me this, my guy. That's what you trying to give me. My jeweler looking at me like, you trying to give me? He's like, nah, I swear to God. So I'm like, yo, either my jeweler playing with me or Akon made a mistake.
These jewelers are such thieves. I hope the rap industry stops around and educates these MCs about jewelry and how badly they've been ripped off. Meanwhile, others feel too many rappers simply don't care about the true value of what they're buying, so long as it provides clout. But while this is short-sighted in itself, what rappers have to come to terms with is that sporting jewelry the way rappers are today is a scam in a different sense. Because unfortunately, flexing that hard essentially puts a self-imposed target on their back.
You grow out of that shit. You place value in other things at certain points. You know, it's cool to have that mind frame as well. Or it's cool to think that whatever little joint you got is cool too. Like, you don't have to have the biggest, craziest situation going on. And with all of these murders and like that going on, it's inviting energy that you don't really need from people who look at you and they're like, they get excited when they see that type of shit. If me, I'm the type of person where I think about my safety first. So if I just walk into a room and...
That's another, see, he's smart, bro. It's another thing. And then you know you got people running around here ready to shot him. Bam, give it to me. Take it all. But now you risk that happening over some fake. You don't know that, bro. About to rob you over something that's fake. They want to take some fakes. They think that's real. How you feel?
And not excite those people who are gonna feel like that when they see those things, then I'll do you the favor because I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to me. So I'm gonna just calm the whole situation.
People are on you too, man. Safety with you.
I'm gonna give us, you know, something not to look at.
Over time, the viewpoint of people like Wiz Khalifa is beginning to become more commonplace. After a spate of rappers losing their lives over their jewels. After PNB Rock was tragically gunned down for his chain, 50 Cent reflected on the danger of being in the wrong place at the wrong time while wearing something of value. As a result, he advises younger artists to heed the warning that such a terrible story provided.
It's the same thing with Big B. He don't know exactly where he at. Big, it's not okay. Like to be in that there with a lot of times you watch the young boys because they'll go, don't wear your jewelry. They go, nah, I wear mine everywhere I go. Like there's not another version of them. Like there's not another guy that's just not special, just exactly like you. They just don't have.
Niggas, that's because these guys from all these other states, these rappers, They came up from the poverty. And they used to be a robber or a hustler. Or they think they hood is the only hood in the world. You come from the only projects on the universe. And none of these other cities got projects, huh? Ain't no other D-boys. Ain't no other robbers, shooters, drivers. It's just you and your mans, huh? And sadly, it's a sad mistake, bro. Somebody out there just like you. Matter of fact, there's a nigga out there look just like you. Now, don't just do what you do. Real talk, bro. And that'll put you down in a minute. I ain't starving. That'll claim you for $1,000. Imagine what they do for 10. Like, boy, you got a $10,000 chain on.
When you feel like you're gonna get busy, and you type of, he feel like I'm gonna get busy to get. It's the same energy, bro. Like, and you go and it's when you run into yourself, you have to ask them, baby, when you see them have that, ain't nobody, nothing. But what about when you was, you know what I'm saying? Like when you was out and you was the other guy, hungry, so you gonna take it.
You definitely gotta remember it.
Yeah, you don't run into that, especially if you go everywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a place that I think you got to be conscious of it. When you go back into the environments we be having, some of them they walk around and they are niggas.
Oh shit! What?
Look. Oh, I didn't hit up. What? How you doing this? Why over there? We say that.
Yeah, basically, man, you gotta learn, bro. It ain't, and it's crazy, bro. Like a whole world out there. It's like you got people that's just doing, it's just exactly that. Like it is exactly that. Like we're gonna get them for their bread. We're gonna sell them this fake stuff. That's it. Nothing else and nothing more, bro. And it's sad to say. It's sad to see. But I just hope everybody wake up one day, man. You heard 50, man. You got the young fellas want to wear your everywhere. It might not even be real. So now you risk getting something might happen to you over something that ain't even worth it. Just like you said, you said you'll go all out to keep it. You're going to go all out to take it, man. And it ain't even worth it because it ain't real. So I know what it is, man. Let me know if y'all like this video. Hit that like button, man. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. I appreciate y'all. We go.